Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be doing a tutorial on how to do the suspension, or how I do the suspension on Car Mechanic Simulator cars. So the first thing you want to do is throw the rim and the tire both in the shopping and the calipers as well. And basically what we're trying to do here is throw everything on this side in the shopping list and then just ignore that side almost completely. So it'll look a little bit better in like a little later. So with this shock here, it's a little difficult to get. You can't just like put it in the thing and expect it to be coming out as whole. It's actually a disassembled part that you have to assemble in the shop. So you have to put the cap on the shopping list, the spring, and the shock itself, and then go ahead and take it off, and I'll show you in a minute what that's going to look like. Alright, and as you can see, I got the tire half completely done. The only thing you need to throw on the shopping list now is this cross member, the steering rack, and the sway bar. Alright, so as you can see, all three of these parts are completely free, so you can just throw them on the shopping list and take them out. As you can see, everything is completely stripped from the bottom suspension, and now we're just going to go to the shop and start with the tire, and I accidentally deleted it. I'm just gonna... There we go. Alright. Now we're going to go to the tire shop. What we're going to do is... I don't think I got the tire on the shopping thing. I might have actually, I don't know. Oh, I did. It's just all the way down here. So, 15, 245, 60. Alright, so, in the video that I actually recorded this in, I did not describe this very well, and so here I am in post telling you how to do it properly. So you can see with the size, it usually varies between size 15 and size 25. That's usually not that hard. And then with the width, it's always a 3-digit number. It's always in the hundreds. And with the profile, it's usually a middle 2-digit number. So most of the time it is usually in like low 30s all the way to 80. And if that's like very difficult to read, then you can either take a picture with your phone or take a screenshot, and you can basically just read off the numbers. But the way that I do it is I throw it on the shopping list, the tire itself on the shopping list, and that's what I use to reference how big the tire is and the right size to buy. But alright, so this is a 15 as well. We're gonna get 4 of those, and we're gonna go to the regular shop now and just go down the list. Now, as you can see with these rubber bushings, sorry about that, you're just going to go ahead and get as many as you can, because these things, you will use a lot of rubber bushings. And as you can see, you're only going to need one of each of these because they're right in the middle. Oh, I forgot to get a cross member. Hold on, let me go ahead. Alright, we got a cross member on there now. And what you're going to need to do now is all the parts that you just got that are disassembled, you're going to need to go ahead and assemble them. So those springs that I was talking about earlier, that's what I mean by you need to assemble them. Is using this little machine right here. Uh-oh. Might only have like one of the part that I need. Let me try to get a front shock here. Nope, cap, spring. There we go. Alright. As you can see, we got everything we need. I just accidentally missed a part. And we're gonna go ahead and do the tire thing here. And how I do this is I just throw this on here. I mean, obviously. And what you're gonna do is now, you're gonna go ahead and throw another tire on there, and while that's spinning, you're gonna go ahead and just fix this one up. So as this one's finishing up, you can just do that back and forth. And it gets your tires done pretty quickly. As you can see, that was the last tire. We don't need to put any more on. There we go. Alright. So now, we can assemble the full front suspension. Oh, I accidentally didn't put a sway bar on the shopping list. Go ahead and take that nasty one off there. Now, as you can see, the caliper is going to be an assembly in and of itself because you have the caliper and then you have the caliper the cylinder. So what you're going to go ahead and do is go to this shop, type brake, and it should just be there. So then you'll have what you need, and so you just throw it on there. As you can see, that's how easy it is to do the front half of the suspension. Now we're going to go ahead and just do the other side real quick. And as you can see, the front suspension is completely restored. Now let's go ahead and move to the rear suspension. So since we already got this tire and wheel over on here, sometimes, on some occasions, the rear tires and wheels will be a different size than the front tire and wheels, but in this case, they are the same. As you can see, we have drum brakes, which is a very simple setup to work on. As you can see on the rear suspension, we're just going to do the exact same thing that we did with the front suspension, which is just put this entire half in the shopping list, so we'll know what to get. As you can see, you're going to have to throw this middle part on the shopping list as well. Now, as you can see with these, you usually just get most of the time you usually just get 2 of the suspension parts. With these, you're going to need 4. And you're going to go ahead and do the same thing with the small rubber bushings that you did with the bigger rubber bushings. Let's go ahead and get it all assembled. And since we're already back here, we're gonna go ahead and buy the fuel tank. So just type in FUE and it should just type out fuel. And the same thing in the upgraded parts, because you're gonna need a pump as well. As you can see, just 2 parts, 2 simple parts right there. So that's why it's easy to just throw them in there real quick. And as you can see, that is the entirety of the front and the rear suspension of this Mustang. That's pretty simple. Now, sometimes the rear suspension can vary. It varies a lot more than the front suspension does, because sometimes it is a really complicated suspension system. But as you can see, I got a simple one here. But as you can see, suspension systems are completely done and they're completely restored. And I'll see you guys in the next video on restoring this car.